Hey traders, in this video we're going to be talking about the stock CCCC, and we're going to be talking about why it sold off today and also what you can look for in the price action in the future to help you determine if a stock is likely to sell off, so you can then either look to capitalize on it with a short position, or at the very least you can avoid buying into this type of sell-off. Now before we get into it, I want to take a look at the trade plans for CCCC in the Market Master group that were posted over this weekend. And the trade plans here were momentum really seems to be shifting here in the favor of the sellers, so it might be finally the right time to attack this with a short position, and hopefully this time we'll get a dump like CHSN or MLGO to capitalize on. With the $5 level acting as support over the last few trading days, I'll be looking for weakness below that level, such as large selling on the tape, or the $5 area to start turning into resistance to take a short position. Okay, so let's start off with the earlier part of those trade plans, which were that this has been starting to shift down in the favor of sellers over the past few trading days. And what I mean by that is simply, if we take a look here at the daily chart, there are quite a few long upper wicks that are showing up on the daily chart in the past few trading days. Last Thursday, we have this massive upper wick, and that was because we had this big spike up to a high of $8.37. However, it closed the day all the way down at $5.01. Following day, we get another nice spike up to a high of $6.42, but it still is closing relatively weak. Sellers are able to take control and push the stock back down, closing the day at $4.95. So again, that $5 area started to turn into a bit of support over those past few trading days, and we can just go ahead and draw a line here to represent that level of support. So if you're looking for a long position, obviously, a level of support is going to be a good area to base that long off of. On the other side of the spectrum, you don't want to short sell into a level of support until that level of support starts to break down and it turns into a level of resistance. So like I mentioned in the trade plans in the Market Master group, that was exactly what I was looking for to happen in order to take a short position in this stock. So this morning, if we take a look at the pre-market price action, we could see right into the market open, the $5 area starts to act as a little bit of resistance. It starts to break down underneath that level, and it starts to kind of turn it into resistance. Then at the market open, we get a decent sized sell-off to the downside, right there within the first 5-minute candle, pushing down below that $5 resistance area. That right away, if you were a buyer of this stock, should have been a red flag to cut losses, move on from the trade. And on the other side of the spectrum, if you were looking to short sell, that would be the signal to enter into your short position. And you can see from there, so far we've had a nice fade down from that $5 level down to a low of $4.02. So it sold off about $1 per share so far. In other words, if you had a $3,000 account, you could have short sold maybe 500, 600 shares up here in this $5 area, and you could have made $500 or $600 on that trade within the span of about an hour and 15 minutes, just from taking that short position into that resistance level. Now personally, I will say that I prefer to short sell into bounces rather than breakdowns. The reason being is because, a lot of times when there is a breakout to the upside, that breakout will turn into a false breakout and the price will come straight back down. And the same thing happens when a stock breaks down underneath a level of support. There can be a false breakdown, and in this case, with that $5 level, if this happened to be a false breakdown at the market open, odds are it would have reclaimed that $5 level very quickly, and it probably would have spiked up to $5.20, $5.30, $5.40, all within the span of, a couple of minutes. And that is pretty common when you're dealing with a clear level of support or resistance. So again, for me personally, I prefer to short sell into bounces rather than having to deal with the risk of short selling into a false breakdown. So that being said, we have a few bounces here that go straight into the VWAP. The VWAP is this blue line here representing the average price of every trade that is going through in the market for this stock. That's going to factor in both the price and the volume of those trades. And the VWAP does often become a level of intraday support and resistance. And in this case, it bounces perfectly into that area twice, rejects it, turns it into resistance, and starts to sell off. So I would be looking to short sell into those bounces, risking off of this morning high just above $5 per share. And on either one of those trades, my risk really would only be about 20 to 30 cents per share. And as we can see from that 470 to 480 area, there would have been potential to lock in, about 70 or 80 cents per share in profit. giving you a risk that is about half the size of your potential reward on that trade so far. Now, all of that being said, obviously hindsight is 2020, but that's why I wanted to show you the trade plans that were posted in the Market Master group over the weekend, just to kind of emphasize that this price action was somewhat expected and it can be very easily predicted just using basic levels of support and resistance, and just by taking a quick glance at the daily chart and realizing that sellers have been in control of the price action over the past few days, which is a big difference from the price action the previous few days. Once you spot that shift in the momentum, you can then look for those shorter-term bearish signals, such as a stock breaking down underneath support, and you can use that to find your entry on a short position for this type of trade. So anyway, I kind of just wanted to break down my thought process on those trade plans for this stock CCCC and explain why I was short biased on it in the first place. So hopefully you found some value in this video. And if you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see these trade plans in real time, and you want to work with our team of traders, get access to our day trade and swing trade alerts, and even our live custom scanner streams, make sure to come join us in the Market Master group. There's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up, and your first week will be 100% free. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.